Looking for something new to discover, humanity has repeatedly held that more dangerous experiments that could even be done with our planet. Here are the list released by agencies before it as news, the 5 experiments that could have led to the end of the world. 1. The Kola Well Superprofundo. The Well Superprofundo Kola Peninsula is located in the vicinity of the Arctic Circle, in the northwestern part of Russia, and is the deepest hole dug in the Earth. Soviet scientists began drilling the well in 1970, and in 1989 reached the level of 12,262 meters. The purpose was to completely pierce the crust and reach the top layer of the Earth's mantle, but had no idea what could happen. However, fears of large-scale earthquakes or the appearance of the demons of hell proved unfounded. Super deep kangaroo work on the project was suspended due to the depth reached, and the temperature reached 177 degrees Celsius, so that continuously flowed a mass of mud and hydrogen that prevented scientists increase the depth of drilling. February. Trinidad Nuclear Test. The Trinity Nuclear Test Program was part of the United States Manhattan Project to develop nuclear weapons. This test was conducted on July 16, 1945, and was the first in the world explosion of an atomic device. LALGOV. The initial development of weapons of new generation was temporarily suspended due to fears of scientist Edward Teller, who took part in the project. Teller supposed to detonate a bomb made of plutonium could cause a chemical reaction with the involvement of nitrogen, which in theory could lead to uncontrolled inflammation of the Earth's atmosphere. However, calculations showed that this result was unlikely, so the work continued. The denotation of Trinidad was equivalent to the explosion of about 20 kilotons of TNT, resulting in the beginning of the atomic era. The explosion reminded the author of the project, Robert Oppenheimer, the sacred Hindu manuscript, "Now I am Death, the Destroyer of Worlds." 3. Large Hadron Collider. When the September 10, 2008 scientists officially announced the creation of the Large Hadron Collider, some came to believe that this device would result in the destruction of the world. The Draft Particle Accelerator, the cost amounts to $6,000 million, grew to accelerate beams of protons through a tunnel 27 kilometers long with subsequent collision, which leads to the formation of microscopic black holes, which, as believes, appeared immediately after the Big Bang. Some believe that black holes formed as a result of the experiment will continue growing to swallow Earth. However, scientists dismiss these rumors. As previously estimated, each black hole has a limit, after which it evaporates. This phenomenon is known as Hawking radiation. April. Starfish Prime Nuclear Test. Earth's magnetosphere is an important protective layer containing charged particles that protect the environment of the Earth from the harmful effects of the solar wind. And what would happen if a nuclear bomb explodes in the magnetosphere? It's what the United States I wanted to find out in 1962. Moreover, the purpose of the experiment was to find a way to intercept Soviet warheads in space orbit. Thus, we conducted an exploding thermonuclear warhead at an altitude of 400 kilometers above Johnston Island in the Pacific Ocean. Archives.org. Exploding with capacity of 1.4 megatons was visible at a distance of 1,450 kilometers in the Hawaiian Islands, where the electromagnetic pulse heat power lines and telephone service. Also, in the bottom of the orbit of the Earth artificial radiation belt, which was maintained for 5 years and affected more than a third of all satellites formed. May. SETI. This project of search for extraterrestrial intelligence includes a number of measures to detect and try to communicate with representatives of extraterrestrial civilizations. Already in 1896, Nikola Tesla suggested that radio can be used to make contact with aliens. In 1899 it seemed that even they were receiving signals from Mars. In 1924 the United States government announced a National Radio Day so that during the period of 21 to 23 August, the scientists could find radio frequencies emitted from the red planet. Corby's current methods of research under the SETI project include the use of terrestrial and orbital telescopes and radio telescopes and large sets of distributed computing. However, some were concerned attempts to approach these extraterrestrial civilizations because they believed could attract unwanted attention towards our planet.